with another episode. And I'm with my dad once again. The one who dressed me like a clown last week.
So we still on that? We still on what you wore to school the second day of school? You're not going to let me forget about that, huh?
Nope.
You were cute.
I looked like a clown. I looked ridiculous.
Okay, we don't even have to jump back into that. We are definitely going to post the picture to this episode so we can settle this once and for all.
We can settle this for once and for all, and that is that my dad won't forget this, and I'll keep saying that for every single episode we do.
I hope you forget. All right, so if this is our second episode.
Wow! That first episode went like that.
What's that mean?
It's like that.
What does that mean?
It was fast.
It went by fast to you?
Yeah.
You wish we would have talked more?
No, I'm talking about the week, kind of.
So that week went by fast.
Yeah.
What about our recording?
Let's get back to that.
It was adequate time. It was adequate. Okay, all right. So let me ask you this question. Yeah. What did you learn after our first recorded podcast episode?
I've been waiting for you to ask me this. But I learned, and I'm pretty sure you learned this too. He needs to stop dressing me like a clown.
You so petty. All right. Okay. I'm gonna tell you what I learned. Okay. So I learned that, you see people who record these podcasts and stuff, you think they just jump in front of a microphone and start talking, but it actually requires a little bit of planning.
And that's what we've been doing for the past week. So, instead of talking about all this, let's jump right into the video.
We're already in the video.
I mean,
like you want to get into what we're going to talk about. So
let's get into that before my dad says anything else.
So Ever and I decided that the best way to start these episodes to keep the conversation genuine for us is to ask one another questions throughout the show, and then we'll talk. And Ever will be able to share her insight on the world, and I can share my thoughts and ideas as I continue to strive to be the world's okayest dad.
All right. So since I went first last time, I'm gonna let you go first this time.
So I get to go first this time. Okay. So my first question. I made some notes. Where do I want to start?
Just say the first question, Dad.
I don't want to say the first question because we're gonna come back to that. No.
Okay, fine. The last one.
So.
Come on, Dad. We don't get all day.
I know we don't. I just don't know where. I just don't know where to.
Question.
Okay. The first question that I'll ask is.
Are you gonna talk or it's just stuck in your mind?
How about you start? You start with your question.
No.
You go with your question.
I went first last time.
I know. You can go first again this time.
My first question is, when you guys were little, your siblings and everybody.
Oh, we talked about siblings last time. Can we talk about something else?
But it's going to still be the question.
Go ahead.
But it's going to be a different.
Okay.
Do you want me to ask a bunch of. No, ma.
Go for it. No, let's go. Let's talk about childhood again.
When you guys were younger.
Because I didn't have a question. And so this is my punishment. If I didn't ask you a question, then I have to accept the question that you asked. So I really can't complain.
Okay. So first question is.
Even though I don't like it.
The first question is, when you and your siblings were little and your parents were doing something, who was the child who used to ruin everything?
None of us really ruined anything.
Okay.
We were all pretty compliant.
No. Let me make my thing more explainable.
You want to be more specific with your question?
Specific. I can't pronounce stuff good, you guys. So, can you? We're gonna edit this.
You actually pronounce things very, very well. I don't think there's anybody who is going to criticize you for not being able to pronounce one word.
I can't pronounce.
Remember? Say it. I think you can say
remember.
Say specific.
Pacific.
Okay, that's okay.
Okay.
You say so many other words like fantastic.
So like if your parents were like you know what we're doing right now, like something like this, or like something for work, or not like something for work because y'all be in big trouble with it. So, but yeah, if your parents were doing something like very very important, which child will like ruin it? Or like not something important, but something for another child or something.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a really, really. I actually think that I would be the one to ruin it. I do, and the reason why I say that is because so obviously I'm older than TT and Uncle Chris.
Yeah, he's the youngest, and he's crazy.
Uncle Chris gonna see this one day.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Okay, but anyway,
we're gonna edit that.
But I always had stuff going on, and so I always needed a ride somewhere or needed somebody to sign something, and no matter what our parents were doing, they probably would always have to stop to cater toward me and the 1,000 things that I was involved in.
Weren't you the oldest? Weren't you supposed to protect your siblings and your parents?
I did protect my siblings and my parents. Who said that?
But how could you ruin something?
Well, just because I ruin an experience. Yeah, just because I ruined something, that doesn't mean that I didn't protect them.
Okay.
So I have a question for you. So over the last week, and maybe
is this on your notes?
I just thought about it. It kind of is, but I'm changing it a little bit.
No, I want that thing.
This is from that. Okay. I just changed the question a little bit.
Go ahead.
Okay, so over the last week, if you had to rate me on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of how good of a dad I've been, what would you give me?
Let's see. From me being born all the way to
No, just the last week.
Oh. It's a hard one.
Think about it.
No, the reason why I say that is because the.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna have to say maybe my brain is getting confused. Either a 9 or a 10. In my brain, it just keep popping up 9 or 10, 9 or 10. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with probably 10.
You give me a 10 over the last week? What did I do to earn a 10?
From being a dad?
Just, did I do anything specific that made you happy?
Yeah. Well, I know something. When you left to go out of town those 2 times, it made me sad and happy. The reason why it made me happy is because I don't have to listen to you screaming at me all day.
I really thought you were about to say something like super sweet. I
said I was
yell
happy
at you
and sad.
Do I yell at you a lot?
You think I have an answer for that?
I would like to know the answer to that.
Yes.
I do yell at you a lot.
It seems like to me, because every time you scream at me, you like this. You just scream at me and me.
And what are you gonna say? Say it.
No.
You can say it.
No.
Go for it.
No.
I didn't even really hear what you said. She's saying cuss.
Why would you say that?
It's okay.
No.
Listen.
It's not.
Listen. Anybody that's a parent and have kids, or you are intimately involved with your nieces and nephews, kids gonna make you cuss every now and again. And especially you. What kind of stuff do I yell at you about?
Let's get back to that later. So go ahead and ask.
Why we got to get back to it later?
If just ask your question.
So the rest of that, what I was going to say is I'm actually surprised that you gave me a score that was that high. I realized you gave me a score that was that high because I couldn't yell at you. And so because I couldn't yell at you, you gave me a 9 or a 10. I thought you were going to give me a really low score because I was gone. Because I was gone.
What score did you thought I was going to give you?
I thought you were going to give me like a 5. Cause like I was gone for.
Somebody fix this man, cause I think he's broken.
I thought I was gone for like 4 days last week, so we didn't get to see each other much other than FaceTime. So I thought that maybe that would make you sad.
Okay, let me tell you something. I give you a 10 for being a father, a good father, but I gave you a 1 for leaving out of town 2 times.
Okay, what is that? I think that averages out to like a 5.
That's not a 5, whatever. But you get to your questions.
All right, that was my question. My question was, what would you give me?
I'm talking about those on there.
Oh, okay. So so I basically changed the question. There was one question that I was going to ask you about me striving to be the world's okayest dad, but I changed that question to grading me on the last week. So you did that. Mm-hmm. Next question. Did we have a money lesson last week? Like, did you and I have a conversation, something related to money?
Yes.
What did we talk about last week?
Well,
not on the podcast, but just at home. Do you remember something that we may have talked about regarding money?
Nope.
G-Mama told me how much money they spent for your fall clothes.
Don't finally say that loud.
Do you know the amount that they spent? You don't have to say it. So you think that was a lot or a little bit?
You think it's a little bit, and you're 39 years old?
I'm asking you what you think.
That isn't that higher than how much this house costs? If what G-Mama spent for my clothes costs more than this house, I will fall out.
So first of all, we talked about debit cards and credit cards on the podcast last week.
You're getting me a debit card, right?
Yes, man.
And he still hasn't got it yet. You haven't got it yet.
Why you
need to work on that this weekend.
But why you touching me and why you gotta like pat me in the face? Like, it's just so disrespectful.
You're my father, and I usually do that every single day.
You usually disrespect me in some way every single day. Yes, I agree. All right, so I am pretty sure, just knowing Papa, there wasn't actually a credit card. It was a what card?
Debit card.
Debit card.
Sorry, I said credit card, but it was actually a debit card. But let's get.
But and then you said you brought up something else, was the amount spent more than the cost of this house. But what it made me think of is like we have to pay a mortgage every month. Our mortgage is what we
taxes.
No, just listen. Our mortgage is what we have to repay the bank for the cost of the house. So, you know, we had a conversation before about we can take out loans from the bank when we don't have all the money to buy certain things. We primarily care about like houses, real estate, starting businesses. Those are the only things we borrow money for. Mm-hmm. But so every month we have to repay the bank our mortgage. So the amount that you guys spent on the clothes was actually more than what we pay on our mortgage. So what do you think about that?
Mama, when you watch this and you hear my dad what he just said, you gonna flip out. And I will too. So
was it a lot or a little bit? Was it a lot of money or a little bit of money?
I have a question.
I don't understand why you continue to deflect from this question. Are you just trying not to answer whether it was a lot or a little bit?
I have a question.
You will come to your question after you answer my question.
What'd you say again?
Was that a lot or was it a little bit?
A lot. Now can I say my question?
By all means, go ahead.
How much did our mortgage cost?
Our mortgage is about $1 a month. Oh. That's why I got to go to work. Sit up, girl. I can't just hold you. That's why I work
people
so hard.
Who work for my dad for Knowledge Bank work hard and work smart.
All right, so that does open up a question that I have that I do want us to talk about.
Okay,
you got a big day that's coming up. What's coming up?
Drum roll, please. It's my birthday.
Yes, so we're planning birthday stuff. What are some things that you want for your birthday?
Like gifts?
Yeah.
Fidgets and a new iPhone. No, I'm just joking.
There were a few things that you've asked me about specifically. You already mentioned one of them since we've been talking.
Fidgets.
No.
I want
the debit card is one thing, and we're working on that.
And for my birthday, I want fidgets because I'm having a fidget/TikTok party.
Yeah, imagine being a parent having to plan that out.
And he is already with my grandparents, and my grandparents do not understand it.
So in my segment today, I am going to talk about what they didn't
understand.
Appreciate. No, they understood. I think it was more so an appreciation thing. But we're going to talk about that.
Before you get to that, let me say one thing.
You touched me in my face again.
Sorry. My grandparents are 59 and 61 years old. In the comments when you guys watch this video, I know some of you guys are going to be confused. My grandparents are elderlies. How are they supposed to know about anything? All they know is stuff from 1986. You are 39. You know about everything I tell you, and I am 6. I know about everything in the world except from back in the day, but I know about mostly everything. My grandparents need to get themselves together. Go ahead.
Who gonna get you together?
Talk, and I can get myself together.
All right. So there are a couple things that I remember you telling me you wanted. One thing was a passport.
Yep.
Why is that important to you?
Because.
What does a passport allow you to do?
Fly.
And go where?
To any place I want.
More specifically, do you need a passport to go somewhere that's in the United States? You can say you don't know. It's okay.
I do not know.
All right. So you don't need a passport to travel inside of the United States.
I was going to say no about that.
But if you want to go somewhere outside of the United States, so in another country.
You do need a passport.
Yes. And so there were 2 countries that you've talked about wanting to go to, or 2 regions that you've talked about you want to go to. Where is that?
Japan.
Okay. And where else?
Konnichiwa.
And where else?
In India.
Those aren't the 2 that you've said to me. What are the 2 that you talked to me about?
Japan.
I do remember you saying something about Japan. We've also talked about wanting to go to South America.
Yeah. But I'm not just going to go to South America by myself and me and my dad. Can I have another drum roll? My Auntie Maria and my cousin T. Malcolm.
All right. And then I think there was somewhere in Africa you wanted to go to, right? Or did I make that up?
You didn't.
Maybe it's me. I know there's a lot of places in
I
Africa.
need another drum roll.
Ghana. I knew I went. Okay, it was Ghana in a country in South America. So I knew I didn't make that up. So that's one of the things that you.
What's that called? Oh, and there's somewhere I want to go to South America, but Miss Nelly told me not to go when the COVID was bad.
What country was that?
Another drum roll.
Chile. Okay.
Chile.
So so those are some things that are on the radar for birthday. I think you said you wanted a bicycle is on the radar.
I need a bicycle and a scooter.
All right.
Electrical scooter.
All right. So we are about done in terms of time that we have together before we go to our individual segments.
All right.
Was there anything else that you want to talk about?
Yeah, one more thing. And I will also be filming whatsoever in about a week or 2, maybe. Either a week or 2. And you guys, the people who are seeing me right now, maybe can switch to over there later and see me on whatsoever. And whoever's recording this are also going to film me for my whatsoever show.
All right, so are we ready to change this up real quick and let you do your thing?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
Let's change up. Shaboom.
Shaboom.
And I'm back. And I am here for our next segment. And this segment is with the Everhouse Show. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to say is that on whatsoever, I will be posting 3 days a week, Monday Thursday, Saturday. And also, when I do whatsoever, one of the days I will be flying some people out to come here or wherever you live. I will maybe, if my dad allows me. He's sensitive. So I'm gonna fly you out from wherever you are, and you will be allowed to be in one of my whatsoever. Why am I saying the name of my YouTube channel? You will be in my Ever Hell show. So, and the reason why I kept saying the whatsoever show is because that's the name of my YouTube channel. So let's get to that. My YouTube show is called Whatsoever. It's not uploaded and everything yet, but I will be posting I have clips on there, so still might not show up, but I have clips on there. But I will be filming real videos on there the same days I'll be doing whatsoever. Yeah, so I already talked to my dad about that. He said yes. So that's what I'll be doing. And I'll also be filming on my YouTube channel on the same days I do whatsoever. So we're going to get to the next segment of me and a person who was sitting right here. I do not remember his name or who he was to me. But let me get out so we can, do everything. And I'm back with my daddy.
I'm really honored to be a guest on the Ever Hell show.
You're my father. Why would you be a guest?
I mean, you get real protective about your stuff.
You live under my roof.
Hey, that's my point right there. I'm surprised that I get to be on your show in the house that's under your roof.
All right. So my dad had a little thing. What do you want me to call it?
Idea.
To ask me some questions. So let's get on to that.
All right. So the question that I had was, why do you like TikTok so much?
Well, TikTok is this app where you can make your own account and you can scroll through videos all day. I'm addicted. Seriously. I cannot stop watching it.
Problematic.
And you can post different types of videos and get more followers and likes on those. I like it because people do these cool dances that I can learn like so many days and so many weekends. It's amazing. You need to get the app. If you do not have it, go to your app store and put in TikTok. Just like how the clock tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. Just put TikTok. A logo will show up that's black, pink, and white. You press that and it will say TikTok if you don't know what I'm talking about. It's like a check mark. So you press that, you press get, put in your ID, press the install, it'll start downloading, but you have to log in first. Then you can press any types of things you want. It has dance, music, art, food, anything you want to watch. You press one of those, and it'll have a phone, and it'll have a finger, and it says scroll, and you can start scrolling and make your own account.
That may have been the best tutorial I've ever heard on how to use TikTok, and it came from a 6, soon to be 7-year-old. But you said you're addicted. Like, what is it that you like about it?
What I like about it is that everybody can learn different types of dances, and you can see other people do it and learn. It doesn't matter if you mess up because you are allowed to delete other people's videos and your own videos. So you can download TikTok right now while you're watching this on somebody else's phone because you're probably watching on your phone on this video. But you may do anything you want on TikTok, and either you put in teenagers or adults to watch it, because there's no kids if a kid's watching it. So put on teenager for kids.
What are
and
you?
Adult for adult. I'm a teenager. I'm 16.
This is problematic.
So you can download TikTok.
What's your favorite dance on TikTok?
What's it called? I don't know what it's called, but I know the song and the dance.
How's it go? Show them the dance.
I have to get that.
You're going to have to stand, yeah. All right, come on back. Here's my last question for your segment.
Okay.
Should I create my own TikTok account?
Yes.
Would you watch me on TikTok?
Duh.
You would? Seriously. Are you gonna help me come up with TikTok ideas? Are you gonna be nice to me? Okay, well, we'll have an update on that next time then.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll see you in our next segment.
Like one of the things that like I'm having a blast with doing this is just watching you ever, and just how just completely into this whole thing that you are. Like you want to be director, producer, the talent, and I'm loving. I just want you to know that I'm loving every second of doing this with you, and we just got started. So this is the part where I talk about what's on my mind. There are two things that I have on my mind, and I got to get this done before we run out of time. So first thing that's on my mind today, you know, I feel like I had a pretty like dope day. Like it was really productive and I was in a good space and I got things done, you know, for work. We have a lot of new projects that we're planning. Holiday bank drive coming up. We have partners we're continuing to support through Super Money Kids. And it was just like, I was just knocking everything out. Check, check, check. You know, Ever has to come home. We got to record, have notes for what we're going to talk about tonight. Check. I'm just knocking everything out. And then it got to like this afternoon and it's like, dang, like, what we gonna eat? And so those are like the battles that I constantly find myself in. It's like I was having a great day and then I forgot like the most foundational thing to our survival. And so I saw this on a hat, but this whole world okay is dead. I'm definitely settling into that space. But that's something that was on my mind, not really what I wanted to talk about right now. Ever and I mentioned earlier that we're working on a birthday. And I spent some time talking to our family about what we wanted other people to do for Ever's birthday. And, you know, naturally, I'm just always thinking about doing things that make sense financially. And I'm also been a little selfish in thinking about what the house could potentially look like after a birthday party. So I had ran this by some of our family members and I was like, yo, like this year we're not going to do gifts again. We're going to ask people to contribute to Ever's college fund. And she hadn't heard this. She's hearing this now for the first time. And she's when you guys were downstairs too. I have ears. She's not happy about it. No. But not only is Ever not happy about it, our family members weren't too happy about it either. And it just required like this whole conversation and, you know, they want to attribute it to differences in generations, but I just think we just need to think about things differently. The fact of the matter. The only gift that they're going to give me is fidgets and then they can give me money and gift cards. So, yeah. So the thing that we need to think about as a community is how we can truly show our love in a way that's beneficial to the people that are in our families. I want us to really be intentional about figuring out how we can show our love in meaningful ways. You know, typically for a kid's birthday, you know, people buy an array of toys and clothes that may or may not get used, played with, or worn. It piles up in your living room. There's a bunch of trash. And before you know it, there's a new season coming. And that thing that loved one had bought for a kid's birthday, it's in the trash, or maybe it's been given away or forgotten about in a drawer. My idea, let's start collectively investing in our kids' college funds, or maybe not even for their college. Maybe it's just for their future. Every kid's not going to go to college. Maybe they're going to start a business, or they're going to pursue an acting career or whatever. It takes money to do those things. And so instead of us just going, you know, to the toy aisle or, you know, just sending money without a real purpose, buying junk, let's collectively start investing into the young people that are in our families. So that's my idea. We've done this before forever for another birthday party, but apparently it wasn't received well. So when I brought it up to do this again, it wasn't received well again. And the thoughts behind it was one concern was like, they felt like we were asking for a handout. Like, no, we're not asking for a handout. We're asking to invest in this little girl that we all love. It's not a handout. The other concern was, well, if we're talking about Ever's future or Ever's college, that's our responsibility. And I agree, it is our responsibility. But for me, our means our community, like our village, like our siblings, our aunties, cousins, close friends. We raise our kids in a village. If we need a babysitter, like we know where we can go, right? When somebody is ill or they need some additional support, they know that they can come to us and we can go to them. When there's a celebration, all of these people come together to celebrate whatever there is to be celebrated at that point in time. But when it comes to investing in our kids' future, the hour is supposed to get smaller. That part I don't understand. They also attributed maybe to differences in generations. All of these are honest concerns. These all make sense, but I can get how this is a generational thing as well, because when the cost of college, when they were, 17 and 18 years old, it literally was like buying a hot water heater. Okay, like college, it is more annual membership to Netflix is more expensive than what college was when my parents were in college, and they not that old. Okay, so yeah, generationally, there are some differences in terms of the cost, but Ever's about to be 7. For her to go to college in 13 years, not that long, 11 years, if she goes somewhere out of state, it's gonna be like $200,000. And we make good decisions financially and be in a position of where we can afford it. But why not make it easier on ourselves? These are conversations that have been had in my household. I want you all to have them in yours. In this instance, I did choose to do something that was a little bit more accepting for my family. We still not going to have toys stacked up in my living room come after her birthday party, but we're going to figure out some ways to modify the language to make everybody happy. But I will continue to have this conversation with my family. Why can't we invest in our children the same way that we throw away money in our children? I think it's this change in mentality that'll change our perspectives, our experiences as family. I think it'll make us more financially knowledgeable. And I think it brings us closer. These are the conversations that are best for our kids. Let's stop just throwing money at them. Peace.
And we're back with me and my dad, the boy who dressed me like a clown.
I thought that was just for your segment. It need to just be for your segment. I don't want to have to swoosh in. I don't want to have to use my superpowers to swoosh in every time. Anyway, Ev, this is the end of our second episode. How you feel about it?
I feel fine, but I don't want this to be the last segment of season 2.
Episode 2.
Season.
No, season is like all the episodes together. We're going to continue to work on our podcast terminology. We got a little work to do on that, okay?
Well, I got to go to school, so I don't have time to do it. And I stay at school for 7 hours. And you're not going to wake me up at 4 in the morning so we can do everything. Let's get back into the video.
First of all, I'll wake you up whenever I want to wake you up.
It better not be 1 o'clock.
It'd be 1 o'clock if I want it to be 1 o'clock.
No.
Come on. All right, baby. This is the end of our second episode.
And I got something to say.
Go for it.
Bye, you guys. Me and my dad will be back for episode 3. And 1, and a 2, and a 3.
I faked you out. I didn't want to do it.
You do it right now. You ready? And a 3.
We're not going to use
2.
this one.
And a 1.
See y'all next time.
Bye.